Welcome back. Dayton Voss here for Groove Dog Industries, seeking out, finding, and videoing the groovy as we see fit. I greatly appreciate y'all being back here for our third video, number three. Appreciate you sticking it out with me through all the hardships that I'm going through, trying to figure out video editing and how to get rid of watermarks and things like that. I used to be in radio and I had a really killer program called Adobe Audition, and you could cut sound. It was only for sound, not video, but you could cut sound out, cut and add it wherever you wanted it to, or just be able to clip things. I'm not able to do that. I hadn't found a video editing thing yet that it's easily explainable, but I'm learning. I'm learning. I promise you I am. And like I said, I appreciate you sticking it out through all this stuff that we got going on. Got a great video for you today about our same trip, but we were just headed back from Loveland, Colorado, and went through Las Vegas, New Mexico, and man, was it cool! Can't wait to show you that and the next one we got coming up about Billy the Kid's grave. But Las Vegas was mondo groovy, and I think you're going to enjoy the video. When we last spoke, we had just left the Retro in Loveland, Colorado, which was a great and groovy Airbnb experience. While there, we decided to take a different route home and see Billy the Kid's grave, as we had seen the signs on the way home last time we went to Colorado. But as fate would have it, we didn't get out of Loveland until about noon, so we needed a place to stay. And Las Vegas looked good on the map. Las Vegas, New Mexico, that is. And my lovely wife found a great place to stay, so away we went, and here's what the hotel we stayed in looked like. Okay, we are at the beautiful Costenada Hotel in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Not in keeping with our typical Airbnb stay, but we got this at the last minute. Airbnb is a great thing, a fantastic tool to use if you're staying someplace for more than 2 nights. But we were only staying one night, and this was awesome, is awesome. And so awesome, we're going to have to come back to Las Vegas and do an entire video on the place, because Las Vegas, New Mexico, that is, because this place is just downright cool. Sorry about all the sun back there. But so first place hotel that I've been to, could you tell me what's wrong with that picture? First hotel I've been to in quite some time where they actually give you a key. So we're going to see if we remember how to use these. And then we go to what I think is one really cool hotel room. Reminds me a lot of the lodge in Wakulla Springs near Tallahassee, Florida. Sorry about all the sunlight beaming in here, but those are actually original windows. This place apparently was abandoned for like 70 years, and then some guy came along and put it all back together, and none of the windows, or a lot of the windows were not shot out. This is a lot of original glass. Love this bathroom, really cool. They didn't leave it all 1940s or whatever when the place was last used. Shower's awesome. Gotta show you the shower. You know, I'm a fanatic about the showers. But this one's cool. A lot of room. I should have shaved in there, but I was lazy. So you get this big bathroom, you get this big room out here, which is really neat. I wish it wasn't so bright out here, but you can look down on Mike's painting body down there if you want to. I don't know if Mike cares or not. They don't give you much in the way of appliances, but you really don't need them. No TV in this big room, but that's okay. They give you a huge king size bed, all Native American decked out, really cool. Another big window. And then you get your giant TV over here. All in all, a really fantastic stay. It did stay in under budget, but it's not in keeping with the Airbnbs that we typically do. But this is a really cool stay. And the Castaneda is not the only one. There's a sister hotel, but if you follow the directions on Google Maps is where you'll end up before you get here. And they say it happens all the time. They'll just send you the right hotel. But this is a fantastic place to stay so far. It has a funky bar, groovy bar I wanted to go check out, but I think it's closed on Mondays. We got here on a Sunday evening. But they say the restaurant is also the best in town, which Las Vegas, Nevada New Mexico only has 14,000 people in it, so I suppose it beats the Burger King. But we're going to show you a little bit more on the way down to see Billy the Kid gravesite. And we will check in with you later.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Like I said, I probably mentioned in the video a couple times. We got there on a Sunday evening, and unfortunately, most of the place was closed on Monday. But had a really groovy bar there. I will tell you this: when we first got there, we had looked up the Plaza Hotel in Las Vegas, and that's where we went. We went directly there, but they're owned by the same people. The same dude renovated both hotels, both the Costenada and the Plaza Hotel. Uh, but they say that happens all the time. The directions will get you to the Plaza Hotel. You get to the Plaza Hotel, they tell you, the place you want to be is a mile away from here. But like I said, owned by the same people, and a really cool place. So I wanted to tell you about both hotels because actually the reason I'm telling you that is, well, it's going to let you know why this is part one of this series. So I'm going to be showing you a few pictures in here, but as I tell you about these two hotels, which is, like I said, well, part two is coming up here. Why the reason why we're doing the part two. But anyway, in the 1880s, Las Vegas, New Mexico was the big town, bigger and richer than Santa Fe or Albuquerque. There are nearly 1,000 buildings on the National Register of Historic Places. The heart of the city was a beautiful park, Plaza Park, still the prettiest plaza in the Southwest. And I'd have to agree with that, though I'm not a plaza connoisseur by any stretch of the imagination. And presiding over the well under the under and presiding over the park was the Plaza Hotel, the finest in New Mexico territory, until the astounding Montezuma Resort was built a few miles west of the hot springs. The hotel looks just like it did when built, a grand Victorian facade with 3 floors of 14-foot ceilings and huge windows overlooking the plaza, topped like a wedding cake with fanciful scrolls. Originally, there was only 37 rooms, a saloon, a dance hall, and restaurant. When we first got there, I took one look at that bar, and I really wanted to go in there. My wife started doing the check-in. I went to the restroom. I came back, found out we were in the wrong hotel. Boy, was I disappointed till I saw the bar at the Costenada, which is really cool. But I didn't go in there. I just checked out their bourbon collection. Anyway, the big, gorgeous matching walnut staircases. Hotel was groovy. The lobby of which that's the only thing I saw. But everyone has stayed there from Doc Holliday to Tommy Lee Jones. The Plaza Hotel has starred movies and films from Tom Mix Silent Pictures to Longmire. Easy Rider. I have to go back and watch that one again. I really don't like that movie that much, but I'd like to see where the Plaza Hotel played a part in that. And here is why we're doing number two. Not just because I love Las Vegas, New Mexico. It is a really cool place, but No Country for Old Men, quite possibly the best movie ever filmed, did a lot of location shoots there. And the Plaza Hotel was part of it. But they shot different scenes for No Country for Old Men all over Las Vegas, New Mexico. So I'm gonna have to study up on that before we go back. But I'm definitely going back to do more an in-depth thing on Las Vegas, New Mexico. It was that cool. So anyway, we did not stay at that particular hotel, but we did stay at the Costaneda. I guess is how you say it, the Costaneda, which was a really, as you saw in the video, was a really cool place. The Costaneda was built in 1898 and was Fred Harvey's first trackside hotel. And it was the beginning of America's first hospitality empire. The hotel is roughly 30,000 square feet plus a 500-foot long arcade wrapping the entire east facade and courtyard. Um, it's got a huge attic. It was insulated but uninsulated and never used. The Santa Fe Railway main line ran directly in front, connecting Las Vegas, New Mexico to both Chicago and Los Angeles, or Los Angeles, for those of you who don't speak Spanish like me. It was designed by Frederick Rohring, a prominent Pasadena architect. It was the only building he designed for the AT and SF railway. This was the early Harvey house to be built, the earliest Harvey house to be built in Mission Revival style, and became the prototype for nearly all future Harvey properties. Now, this Harvey character is probably worthy of another deep dive, especially since I found out about the Harvey girls. The Harvey girls apparently had a dorm directly across the street from the Costenada Hotel. That, in and of itself, would be a pretty neat thing. Also, Mike's Paint and Body. Mike's Paint and Body, Harvey girls, totally different subjects, but still, I dig on a good paint and body shop, especially when all those cool cars that pulled out of there, like show you in the pictures. Anyway, the Castaneda was very cool. I'd like to get to know more about it. I do believe the Amtrak still stops at the station house next door, which is kind of cool. So anyway, we did our normal thing. The next morning we went up, got up and ate, and we took our time getting out of there. I shot that video of the hotel the next morning. Went down and tried to get as many pictures as I could of the hotel and the bar. Zoomed in on the bourbon section of the bar, and because that's what matters, bourbon. Um, and then we went and ate breakfast at a really cool place called Charlie's. Charlie's was neat in that it seemed like everybody in town ate there, and it was a damn good breakfast. I gotta say, it was very filling. And they also make their own tortillas there, so we bought a dozen. They were huge New Mexico tortillas, really good. I don't like flour tortillas, but theirs were very good. So anyway, we ate there at Charlie's, had a very good time, and then we drove back home. Well, first we stopped at Billy the Kid's grave, which is our next video coming up. I'm going to try to get that one done today, so they'll have two out there on YouTube today. But that was the adventure, and we, like I said, we are going back because Las Vegas, New Mexico is that cool. On the way out of there, my wife even said this would be a great place to retire, and I've always been very big on retiring in New Mexico, but she doesn't like it that much. I just love New Mexico. It's like a poor person's Colorado. In Colorado, you got to kind of be rich to enjoy. But New Mexico, beautiful place. This part of New Mexico is in the northeast part of it. It's where everybody apparently wants to be because they actually have trees, and you can tell it rains there. So, but anyway, if you're thinking about retiring in Las Vegas, New Mexico, a lot of people have beat you to the punch. Real estate, not exactly cheap over there like it is all over New Mexico, but there are still some really cool buys. But it looks like they're trying to gentrify every neighborhood in there. It looks like it's about to become the Fredericksburg, Texas of New Mexico. So jump on it if you're going to do it. And it's not a bad place to be at all, if you ask me. But that's Las Vegas, New Mexico in a nutshell, part one. There will be a part two, and I hope you will check out our Billy the Kid gravesite video that I'll have coming up here real soon. Thanks again. This is the original Groove Dog for Groove Dog Industries signing off and saying this is the day the Lord has made. So y'all find a way to rejoice and get glad in it. We'll see you.